And we're going to roll down. And let's get started with some breathing. So even rolling down, kind of take your time and roll each vertebrae down to your bolster. And let's start the breathing. So our palms are facing up and our head is pressing down, and let's feel the breath in the belly and feel the ribs gently opening and the upper chest lifting. And if you close your eyes, you could feel the lengthening and the resistance of the breath. And slowly everything is opening up. And today we're going to work on this area of our diaphragm. So let's slide our hands to those low ribs and feel, if your fingers kind of cup that area, you could feel the diaphragm, that whole area above the navel, around the navel as you're breathing. A receptacle of energy. So feel that area like a spiral, and it's opening with each breath, bringing in energy. And when we start to focus on the breath, we can lengthen the breath. Feel the tongue and the jaw relaxing as the head presses down into the bolster. And even feel that soft exhale, that ujjayi breath in the back of your throat. And with your mind's eye, and your eyes are closed, feel the breath in a new way. We're going to let the breath be our guide to the opening in our body. And on the exhale, there's that slight pause with each exhale lengthening. The space between each breath. Feel like you're holding the sun, that area of the diaphragm, the larger area, just like a sun. And feel how the energy is coming into each cell and each molecule. And take 3 slow breaths. And now we're going to reach the arms out to the side and up over our head and do a few angel arms. And if your shoulders are tight, just leave the elbows bent a little bit so you feel it opening and stretching across your chest. And let's do a few more, waking up the shoulders with the breath. And now hopefully the arms are even wider. Let's do one more time as we reach the arms out and up. And then we're going to turn the head to the right and reach the arms over to the right. And then slowly to the left, reaching them to the left, rolling the head to the left. Back to the center, and we're going to slowly bring the arms down. And let's roll to the right side. And we're going to continue doing these big arm circles with the left arm, and just let that arm slowly open, the chest slowly open. You can keep your eyes closed so you could trace this movement of the arm with your mind's eye. And we're consciously slowing down, enjoying this feeling of the opening. And let's do one more time. And we're going to hold the arm open or let the chest open a little bit more. Just find what area is tight and gently allow the breath to come in, even gravity to help open the side, the chest, underneath the arm. And as it's opening, feel your jaw and facial muscles relax. We're going to bring the arms slowly back around so we could face the bolster with the chest and come into our spinal twist and breathe. And now we can feel the left lower lung opening with each breath. And let's take 3 slow breaths. And then we're going to slowly bring our hands closer and press ourselves up. Just take a breath in the center and feel. And then slowly go over to the other side. And let's come down on our left side and start the big arm circles with the right arm. So we're working with gravity here. We're going to allow this opening in the right arm and shoulder to happen. And consciously slowing the movement down so you feel the opening. We're just observing the opening of our body. No judgment where we are today. And close your eyes so you could feel the movement. And we're going to do one more big arm circle, taking our time, feeling the shoulder rotating and opening. And we're going to hold the arm open behind us or wherever you're comfortable. And just allow that to happen as you breathe in and out. And one more slow breath. And then we're going to gently bring the arm back around so that our chest can face the bolster for our spinal twist. And breathe. And let's take 3 slow breaths. And using the hands, we're going to bring them closer so we can press ourselves up and just feel. And then we're going to bring our legs around so we could face the bolster and do a little straddle. We're going to start by putting our hands on the bolster and feeling our uprightness. You could close your eyes and kind of lean forward and lean back, just so you could feel the balance through the hips and the legs. And then coming to the center, let's twist to the right. And using the eyes, look over the shoulders, so we're stretching even the eye muscles. And then we're going to twist to the left, same thing. And let's come forward and forward fold. So if you need to put your block underneath the bolster so it's a little higher, you can do that. So we want to have our forehead pressing down. And let's take 5 slow breaths. And we're going to slowly use our hands and press ourselves up. And take a couple of breaths in the center. Feel how the spine is getting longer. Then we're going to put our hands by the hips and look up, stretching the chest up. And let's come forward again. So we're going to feel the lower lungs opening with our breath. And let's slowly come on up again. So we want to think about something while we're doing this. So on our back, if you put your hands on your back, you can find where the kidneys are. Even if you can't feel the kidneys, they're in there. So we're going to breathe into this area, and this is a wonderful cleansing part of our body, and we're going to find a little bit more awareness with this. So we're going to take the bolster, take our hands down, put the bolster on our right leg, and let's lengthen toward the right foot and breathe. So we're really stretching the whole back and the kidneys and breathing in and out. And as we're lengthening, think about the kidneys cleansing your blood. And think about all of the things that this might be releasing in you, not just physically, but things that no longer serve you. Let's take 3 more breaths. And we're going to gently come on up and take a breath. We're going to move our bolster to our left leg and do the same thing. And lengthen and breathe. And then 3 slow breaths. And then we're going to come back up, put the bolster on the right leg again, and do our side stretch. So right arm down and left arm over, and lengthen and breathe. And in any way you can support yourself, you could put your hand behind your head. You could use a blanket underneath your head. Just find something comfortable. And breathe. Now we're going to come back up. And we're going to go to the other side. So we're even lengthening around the kidneys. So now the bolster goes on our left leg, left arm down, right arm over, and breathe. And a couple more slow breaths. And let's gently come on up. And we're going to crisscross our legs. Use the bolster or your block. I'm going to put the bolster in front of me. And bring my arms over the bolster and put my chin on the bolster. Kind of depends on your hips here. And just breathe, release. And let's take 3 slow breaths. And then we're going to gently come on up and just sit for a second and breathe. Close your eyes and feel. And just think about the kidneys back there. So we're stretching around the kidneys too. It's helping blood flow and circulation in our whole body. So everything works better together. Now we're going to open our eyes. Let's take our bolster and put it behind us. We're going to stretch our legs out. Put the bolster behind the hips horizontally, and we've got to use our block too. So we can put our head on the block. And it's a choice to see how much, how comfortable you feel with this opening, even in your throat. So for the height of the block, so just experiment. If you feel too tight in the throat, it's not good. It's kind of like Goldilocks. But we want to have the blood flow going down into the brain. So it's opening and relaxing us, even letting the thyroid have a little bit more blood flow easily and comfortably. At the same time, the front of the body, this big vagus nerve center, which is that brain and gut health connector, we're lengthening that with our breath, feeling this softness through the front of the body and the back. We're feeling the rising and the falling of the whole chest like an ocean wave, softly and gently. Feel that pause or space between each breath. And notice the jaw, the facial muscles, releasing any tension. And all back bends are heart opening. So we're going to allow our vulnerability to just be where it is today. Feeling that softness and gentleness in our body. Feel how wide your arms are, embracing. And let's take 5 slow breaths. Now we're going to gently turn to the right side and take our left arm over our head and feel the back muscles opening, the shoulder opening, and soften and breathe. Notice where you're feeling the breath and follow that opening. So if your body wants to move, maybe shoulder and chest rolling open, just go with it. and notice any subtle changes. Let's take a few more slow breaths. And 2 more breaths. And now we're going to roll to the other side. And when you're ready, we're going to bring our right arm over our head and softly breathe. And continue to follow your own opening as you soften and breathe a little bit more slowly and feel the space between each breath. There's no end to this exploration and opening. We're in our own laboratory. And let's take 3 slow breaths. And very gently come back to the side. And we're going to use our hands and press ourselves up. And right away, we're going to turn it over. So we're going to lay on our bolster, turn it lengthwise, so that our belly and our chest is on here. And head, chin is at the edge of the bolster. Arms are down by our sides, so we're feeling that opening in our shoulders, even still. And we're going to focus on the evenness of our breath in the left side and the right side. See how much you can let the head release as the chin presses into the edge of the bolster, lengthening the back of the neck and the upper back. And 5 slow breaths. And we're going to slide our hands underneath our shoulders. Let's do some supported cobras, letting the breath lift us up, so less tension in the arms. And look up, and then slowly coming down as the exhale brings us all the way down. And let's do a few more. Feel the whole spine lengthening. And we're going to do 2 more times. And now we're going to come into a supported child's pose. So we're going to sit back on our heels, put our head on the bolster, that's one choice, or hug the bolster with your knees, your thighs, and breathe. And softening the breath for 5 breaths. Now we're going to move our bolster out of the way so we can come down on our back on our mat. And let's roll down so we can feel the spine pressing in to our mat, the hard surface. So different information for our brain. We're going to start by bringing the right knee up toward the chest and putting the right foot down, and then the left. So we're going to start to work on our hips and the legs. Let's do a few more. We're looking at the ceiling and using the breath. So consciously lifting and lowering the leg. And then the next time the leg comes up, we're going to take that leg out in a big circle with the leg bent and do a few circles with the, oh, I'm on my right leg, but it might be your left, doesn't matter. And one more circle, just opening up the hip and putting the foot down and then trying the other leg, making some circles and breathing. We're also using that opposite leg to press the foot down into the mat. So we're using our core. One more circle. Really good. And then both knees into the chest, hug your thighs and breathe. Kind of shift the hips side to side or make some big circles here. Just listen to your body, whatever's feeling good. And go in the opposite direction. We're waking up the hips. And then let's put our feet back down on the mat. We're going to do some pelvic tilts. First of all, really rooting the feet down and slowly rolling the tail down, the lower back down. We're squeezing everything in, thighs, belly, navel to spine, and just pressing the low back down as you roll all the way down on your tail. A few more times, breathing into it. Even pelvic floor. Don't forget that one. So now we're going to start to roll the hips up, just wherever you're comfortable, and roll them down. Same awareness with the feet pressing down, and take your time. You can feel how long the spine really is, bringing new awareness for our whole spine. Let's do 2 more times. And last time, we're going to roll up and keep ourselves up and breathe. Now let's slide that bolster or your block, whichever one you want, underneath your back. So we can put the hips down and take a few breaths with our feet on the mat. Feel how the chest is opening, shoulders rolling down. And for a few breaths, close your eyes and remember what we did at the beginning, bringing that whole awareness into our sunshine, our navel area, diaphragm region, bringing in this energy into our body. We're receiving this beautiful prana and energy. Softly breathing in and softly breathing out. Just observe your breath and notice any changes. And let's take 3 slow breaths. And now we're going to lift our legs up and let's point and flex our feet. So those calf muscles are working a little bit. They're different kind of muscles here, these fast twitch muscles. That's why we get cramps in them, all sorts of things happen with those, we're used to running. And let's make circles with our feet. And circle in the opposite direction. Now we're going to flex our feet and open the legs out and really slowly bring them back together as you flex the feet. So using the inner legs, and let's do a few more of these. And again, that's soft inhale and soft exhale. We're going to gently bring our legs back together, and we're going to point our toes, big circles with the legs. So using everything now, core, legs, hips. And let's go in the opposite direction. Like you're drawing a big circle on the ceiling. And 2 more. going to just let the legs be right where they are in the center and just feel the legs. So we're draining the legs. And you're welcome to close your eyes, or if you're practicing drishti gazing, we're going to soften the eyes. Look between the legs and the feet. So we're kind of blurring our vision to get into this soft state for the brain. And now, even though we're looking in one direction, up between the legs, our mind is soft. And without moving, notice the shape of your body, your arms on the ground, your chest opening, and the legs draining any tension. And as we're observing our breathing, we're feeling the length of our breath as it comes into the belly, opens the ribs, and gently lifts the upper chest. And we're bringing in this energy into every cell of our being for good health and harmony. Feel this sense of peace in your heart. Our chin is slightly tucked. And notice what part of our body is weighted on our back, the shoulder blades, the head. And let's take 5 slow breaths. And close your eyes and feel. Feel the sense of weightlessness, of expansion. And with our palms facing up, bringing in the awareness of embracing. Now we're going to bend our legs and put our feet back down on the mat. And just notice and feel. Feel how the blood is coming back into the feet and the lower legs. And we're going to lift our hips up and press the bolster away from us. So our back is on the floor on the mat and our legs are over this bolster. And let's take a few slow breaths. Feeling the difference in our body. And now we're going to roll over to the side and take a couple more breaths. And using our hands, we're going to press ourselves up. And let's sit on our bolster. And we're going to sit and close our eyes, and our palms are facing up. And just feel your uprightness. Feel your breathing in the belly, the ribs, and the upper chest. Notice that there's movement in the whole spine. Now let's open our eyes and twist to the right. So we're squeezing those kidneys, twisting and lengthening. And then we're going to twist to the left. We're going to come to the center and put our feet down and stretch forward, lengthening the back, head down, and take a few more slow breaths. And let's sit back up and cross our legs in the opposite direction, other leg on top. And we're going to bring our hands to our heart and close our eyes. And we're wishing ourselves good health and harmony to all of our cells, all of our molecules. Peace to our homes and families and communities. And peace to our brothers and sisters everywhere. Let's take a deep inhale and sigh. One more time. Namaste. Thank you, everybody, for coming today. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.